Do you ever feel terrible at the end of the day and you feel sort of very stressed within your upper body? You may have a headache and you just don't feel right. Well, that's because you're probably sitting like this. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wisdom Wednesday. Today I'm here to talk about probably one of my top 5 things that I notice within people when they come to me. Let me put my teeth back in. Hi guys, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. My name is April and I'm here to talk to you about my wisdom of a Pilates teacher, and I'm going to explain how having very tight muscles can seriously affect not only your body but your actual health and your mind. So one of the my top 5 I would say is when I notice people and they stand or sit like this. Now this is quite an over-exaggerated version, but you'll be surprised at how many people's shoulders rise up. Your shoulders do not sit by your ears, they sit low and they sit down, okay? Now tight shoulders can be a combination of many different things. Mainly I would say it's your job, you know, repetitive strain injury. If you're sat at a desk all day, you will hunch over. It's so natural. If you stand on your feet all day, even if you walk a lot, and also if you have any sort of mental health problems such as anxiety or depression, it can actually affect the way you walk, because sometimes you can feel a little bit sad or you can feel very tense and therefore you sort of hunch over a little bit, or you might clench your fists, which will also lead up the arms into the shoulders and also into the neck, the back of the head and the head, which is why so many people with tight shoulders get headaches. Honestly, it all stems down from the fingers into the wrists, into the shoulders and into the neck and into the head. All this can have such an effect on your actual brain function. So tight shoulders can come from if we sit at a desk all day and you do this and you sort of move about like this a lot, and honestly, because you may be answering the phone or typing's the worst one for tight shoulders. Type shoulders, okay? When you type like this, you will just round because it's easy. How many times do you catch yourself sitting like this? It happens all the time, and to be quite honest, even I do it. So why do you get headaches if you have tight shoulders? Don't know why I did that. Shoulders can come from having stress in the hands. So again, if you type, there's a lot of pressure into your fingers and your wrists and all sort of the little tiny tendons and everything we've got going on in our hands. And also if you write a lot, if you drive a lot, driving long distance, a lot of people get headaches when driving long distance because you might grip the wheel like this or like this, and then we sit up higher, and then all that tension is just building and building and building within the arm, and then again it leads to a headache. Another massive thing, men, probably not really a massive problem for you, but women, tight bra straps. If your bra strap is too tight, it will push down on your trap muscle, which is here, sort of right before we go into the neck. And imagine if that's too tight and that's pulling, and the muscle around it is getting tenser and tenser as that is pulling down, okay? So massive thing for your posture and for your shoulders and for headaches is make sure you wear a correct fitted bra. The other thing to consider is for bad sort of shoulders is how you're standing with your posture. I have done a video a few videos ago I have done a video previously to this about how to have perfect posture, and again your shoulders is a massive thing. You want to have your shoulders down. We never ever should roll our shoulders back and down. We don't naturally stand like this, okay? We stand with the shoulders down here. Just let your shoulders just gently drop down by your sides. We should never roll backwards with the shoulders, okay? They're not made for that. Just sit down. Now when the hands are just laying down by the side, you should feel sort of nice release in the shoulders, should I say. Now here's another little exercise you can do whether you're driving or you're standing or you're sitting or just whilst you're watching TV. You can just inhale and lift your shoulders all the way up to your ears, and then exhale very slowly, push all the way down, and then keep pushing as if someone's pulling your fingertips from the floor and coming all the way down, and then release. Now when you release them, they will probably bounce back to where they have always been, because our muscles have memory, and even if you think I'm going to put my shoulders down, within about a minute you're probably going to bounce back up. So this is going to be a very gradual journey, but if you stick with it and you have patience and you remember, you can seriously change your upper body posture and relieve your aches and pains and unwanted headaches, because let's be honest, who wants a headache? So another one you can do is just to, you don't even have to have your hands down by your sides, you can just push them down and then let them rise up a little bit. Inhale, exhale, push down. And I always get a lot of people, especially at the start of my class, to always push down so you can really feel an open stretch. And the more you do this, the more your muscles will remember, and then gradually one day your shoulders will just hang down. The worst way to sort of get our bodies used to a certain movement is repetition, and that is again with your job. One of the biggest things is when you eat. If you eat with bad posture, you will probably have bloating and you won't probably feel very nice, and you might feel a bit heartburny. That's because if you sit like this and you're round and you've got bad posture and your shoulders are slumping forward, your organs are literally getting crushed inside you. So where you should just, your food should just naturally flow down, it can't, because your organs are just like on top of one another basically. So sit up really tall. When we eat, we hunch over, sit up tall, push the shoulders away from the ears. There should be a lovely gap really between your shoulder and your ear. Okay, earlobe all the way down, stretch it out. If you're driving, now obviously it's hard because you should always concentrate when you're driving very well, is maybe not just grip the steering wheel so tight, just relax it down a little bit and stop and have regular breaks. Or you can just sort of push your palms out, so let your fingers like glide up into the air towards the top of the top of the ceiling, and just let them relax as well. That will help relieve so much tension. You can also just roll the wrists around, and again this will really help with any unwanted tension that you're building in the wrist or the hands. Now of course, don't forget, tight shoulders can also be a problem of something else, i.e. tight ankles, hamstrings, glutes, lower back and the middle of the back and the top of the back. So sometimes this can be actually something that is nothing to do with your upper body, it's completely to do with your lower body. I will touch on this within another video, but it really will make sense once you start to realise that actually your body all works as one. So if you've got one side slightly wonky, the other side has to make up for that, and therefore it will work a little bit harder. So to sum up, definitely check what bra you are wearing and push your shoulders away from the ears. Don't lift them up, push them down. The more your shoulders get used to this, the nicer it will feel, and you'll just feel so more relaxed. Your head, you might find that you haven't got as much tension in the head, and if you suffer with stress and anxiety and you find that you've got a lot of headaches because you've got a lot of tension in the hands, just relax. Okay, it's so easy for someone to say to someone who is anxious, just relax, but honestly it's so true. Just give yourselves 5 minutes, do the breathing exercises from my previous video, and just push the shoulders away from the ears, and you will feel better. I promise you, okay? It will take time, but you will definitely get there. Never roll your shoulders back and round, keep them down by the sides, and as much as you can throughout the day, push the fingertips all the way to the floor and really open up right at the top of your shoulder. I hope this has helped. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. I know that you will anyway, and I shall see you next week for more of my wisdom. Take care. Ciao, ciao.